Hello everyone, welcome to Carol's Creative Escape and our Make It Monday video. I'm so glad that you could join us tonight. We are going to do a fun gift card tonight, and I have a few examples that I want to show you, but I do want to just get started right away on this video for you tonight because I'm so excited about this. I received this in a card swap that I participate in. And this card was sent to me by Jennifer Walsh, who's another demonstrator. So I thank her for sharing this simply gorgeous and easily created gift card holder. And just, I think how she decorated it is so pretty too, with the tones of gray and the daisy punch and things like that too on the front of it. But what's cool about this card is you just open this top flap and then a gift card holder fits in this little pocket, and you still have room to write your notes and things like that to people. So let's just jump in right away and get started on this. The measurements, well, before I do that, I'm jumping ahead a little bit. I want to just show you a couple of examples that I made. This is featuring one of our retired designer series, or our soon to be retired designer series paper called Artistry Blooms. And this is just a fun, bright, vibrant pattern paper that I thought would make really cute gift card holders. So I tried to grab a couple different colors of this paper to share with you. So I've got one that says "Make Today Ridiculously Awesome." And again, when you open it up, there's the slot right there for the gift card to slide in. Thank you for being you. You could send a cute little thank you card. And again, I didn't layer my paper quite as much. Oops, and I forgot to do my adhesive to make our gift card holder here too. That wouldn't work so well. We can fix that super quick. I'm just using a little bit of my tear and tape just to hold the paper down a little bit better, and we'll get that fixed right away. All right, there we go. So again, we've got this gorgeous paper, just another pattern, kind of using Bermuda Bay and Granny Apple Green. This card is featuring Gorgeous Grape and Magenta Madness. And these are colors that I don't normally work with a lot. So I wanted to also challenge myself a bit by creating cards that way. And then this card is featuring Mango Melody and Daffodil Delight, along with the Magenta Madness again for the ink colors on the butterflies. And so we've got a congratulations card, whatever type card. It could even be a birthday card to be ridiculously awesome. And then a thank you card, real quick, just using different papers. So let's go ahead and jump in and get going on this card. And I'm going to make more of a masculine type card tonight with you. And so to start with, what I need you to do is have a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 cardstock, and you're going to score it at 4 1/4. So again, that's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then what you're going to do, in my notes I said make sure you have a paper trimmer handy because you're going to need it. What we actually have to do is trim this piece at 1.5 inches right up to the score line. So if you happen to have the Stampin' Up! Trimmer, that measurement is real easy because you can just put your paper right to the edge of the cutter. Kind of, it's a little bit of a raised edge. And just line up your paper there. And then you're going to, I've got my blades down here because I don't want to cut it. Slide your blade down just right up to the score line. And that's how you'll create this little flap here. So this is 1.5 inches, scored or cut it up to your fold line on your card. Okay, and the assembly part of this is going to be pretty quick and easy. I've pre-cut all of my pieces on that. And so we're going to start with the inside, and you're just going to take your adhesive and put it on the back of your cardstock, or on the inside of your, put the adhesive on the back of your cardstock, and then we will attach that to the inside of your card base. Sorry, I got a little tripped up there. Hope everybody's doing okay tonight. And then what we're going to do is next take in the directions I had you cut a 4 by 3 3/4 layer of cardstock, and that will actually sit here on this layer. And then you need a piece of coordinating designer series paper that is cut at 3.5 by 3 3/4. Okay, so the first layer is going to be 4 by 3 3/4, and then your next layer is going to be 3.5 by 3 3/4. And then you also need another piece of cardstock that is 1 1/4 by 4 inches, and a piece of designer series paper that is 1 inch by 3 3/4 inches. And those are going to form the layers for the front of our card. So let's go ahead and attach the adhesive to the back of the designer paper. And we'll attach that to our cardstock. Tonight I am using Night of Navy for my card base, Basic Gray for my second coordinating layer, and then I am using the assortment of paper called In Good Taste Designer Series paper for the designer paper that I'm using tonight. I guess I can't say much more about that, but that is in here. And if you've looked at all at our retiring list of items, you're going to see that this paper isn't on there, and it will be carrying over. It's been a very popular designer paper. It's made such great backgrounds, so I'm excited to see that one continue on in our next catalog that'll be coming out here shortly. So I'm going to put this thin strip of paper on here. Now this one you could choose, instead of using designer paper, to simply add a little texture through embossing. I didn't even add a second layer on this portion of the card, but I just embossed. And you know what else I'm noticing I didn't put on this card is my white paper inside, but that's okay because I can write on this color and it'll still show. I obviously got interrupted partway through the making of this card, it looks like. But anyhow, you can add a little texture. Hopefully you can see that on here. And that just adds a little pop. Or you can use your designer series paper. On these two cards, I did use a very subtle designer series paper that coordinated with the colors that I had in the card. But on this one that I got as my sample, she also used the the Argyle embossing folder to add a little bit of texture to that piece of paper. So you can go either way with it. On this card, I'm choosing to use the designer paper because it looks so nice with here. Then I am going to take, again, my adhesive, and I'll attach this layer to my cardstock. The one thing you want to be aware of is if you're doing a pattern of designer paper that has a strong direction, typically bricks are going to go horizontal. Make sure when you're cutting your paper that you cut it for the direction that you want it to go down. The first time I did it, I actually cut it going the other direction, and I did not like how it looked. So I had to go back and recut my paper. I'll still be able to use that chunk of paper. It's just going to get used in a different way than how I'm using it tonight. And then this piece just slides in down here. And again, it's just for getting centered on this particular flap. And then I do have a piece of tear and tape in here. I chose that just because it's a stronger tape, but you can also use, I use the normal Stampin' Seal, but we have the Stampin' Plus, which is a much heavier duty adhesive as well that would work just fine for this. And you're going to just close it down and rub it, and that's how you get your pocket. Now you may also want to consider putting a little bit of adhesive. I'll see if I can peel this up a little bit. You may want to consider putting a little bit of your adhesive down here too, just so that it doesn't slide out of the bottom of your card. And I'm going to put more on here since I pulled it up. I want to make sure it's going to stick. That way the cards aren't going to, your gift card isn't going to slip out the bottom of this card either. Okay, now I can put it over and just adhere it. And so all that's left tonight for this card is adding a few decorations. So one of my favorite sets in the annual catalog is Retiring, and it is the Geared Up Garage suite of products that comes with this cool die that creates these gears. And I've got this out in the basic gray color. I'm just using glue dots on the back of it, which I've already applied. And I'm going to attach that to the front of my card. And then I have a die cut of the car that goes with this set. And I've just popped that up on dimensionals. I did use Stays-On ink, and I stamped this on the silver foil paper. If you're going to stamp on any foil paper, just make sure that you give it ample time to dry, or use your heat gun to get it to set. I had this pre-done for me so that I could complete it in the class here tonight on the video rather, and not worry about smearing the ink on it. So I'm just going to attach the card to the front of it, and then I'm kind of thinking this is sort of a masculine card. It could be for a birthday, it could be a graduation card. So out of the many messages die that you've heard me talk about, I am pulling out the Oh Happy Day. I've actually taken that stamp and stamped it in a bunch of neutral colors, basic black, basic gray, I should say memento black, the tuxedo black, basic gray. I did it in real red, melon mambo, just because that's a color I tend to use a lot. And I did it in early espresso and soft suede as well. That way I've got a variety of greetings in multiple colors that I can quick grab. And that makes for finishing off cards super quick. So here is our gift card holder featuring the Taste. Help me remember the rest of it. The In Good Taste. I'm so terrible at names. The In Good Taste Designer Series paper. And again, here's the sample that I received from Jennifer Walsh, showing off this card. And then the quick samples I made using the Artistry Designer Series paper as well. So very quick, easy card to make. I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to share this video, comment on it, and if you do make this card, I'd love for you to post a picture of your card in the comment section as well, so that others can see and be inspired by your work as well. I think we can learn so much from each other. Sometimes it's just the color combinations that get used. Sometimes it's the paper that gets used that you would never think of. So please be sure to post a picture of your card if you make it. And if you are not already a part of the Carol's Creative Gathering Place, be sure to join that group. Follow me on my Facebook business page, Carol's Creative Escape. I also have a YouTube channel, Carol's Creative Escape, and have a blog as well. And again, you'll be surprised, but it's at www.carolscreativeescape.com. So again, thanks for joining me, and we will see you next week for Monday. Make It Monday. Have a good week. Bye-bye.